Senator Billy Lawless.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. Cathaoirleach, I want to raise an extremely important issue which falls within the brief of the Minister for Justice. Tomorrow the Supreme Court sit again in the extremely important case of NVH versus the Minister for Justice and Equality. This decision, as I highlighted in the Seanad on the 4th of October this year, included a judgment of profound significance and compassion, delivered by Mr Justice O'Donnell, where he stated, "In my view, the point has been reached where it cannot be said that the legitimate differences between an asylum seeker and a citizen can continue to justify the exclusion of an asylum seeker from the possibility of employment. The damage to the individual's self-worth and sense of themselves is exactly the damage which the constitutional right seeks to guard against. The affidavit evidence of depression, frustration and lack of self-belief bears that out." The Supreme Court provided a period of 6 months for the Oireachtas to remedy what it determined to be an unconstitutional state of affairs, and that time is up tomorrow, where the Court may strike down the absolute prohibition on work for asylum as being repugnant to the Constitution. When the Minister was before this House, we were informed that the interdepartmental task force led by his department would report back in advance of the submissions the state intended to make before the Court. Cathaoirleach, I would ask the Leader if he could update the House as to what the Minister intends to tell the Supreme Court tomorrow. Put simply, will asylum seekers have a right to work in this country, or will they not? If so, when and how? Will legalisation be put through these Houses? The Minister in his statement before this House confirmed that adults living in direct provision will also see their capacity for economic independence enhanced in line with the finding of the Supreme Court. And how is this going to be put into effect? Cathaoirleach, again, when the Minister came before the House, he committed to delivering an international protection system in Ireland that provides for decisions on applications in the shortest possible timeframes. If there was a legal or practical limitation upon the amount of time during which an application for asylum status could be processed, particularly now that it appears the undocumented will be given the right to work, this would be a much fairer state of affairs to regularise our asylum process. In the facts of the Supreme Court case, the undocumented person was in the system for more than 8 years with no entitlement to work. On another issue, as I have said it before in this House, and I will say it again, how can those of us who advocate for the undocumented Irish abroad, which is a strategic and diplomatic imperative of this government and previous ones before it, in good conscience ignore what is even a worse state of affairs for the undocumented here in Ireland? Hear, hear. I am aware that this issue was debated before the Dáil following a very strong recommendation from the Justice Committee report on immigration. This is an issue very close to my heart, having worked for over 15 years with the undocumented Irish in the United States. Leader, I would like to request the Minister for Justice to come into the House here to make a statement on what progress has been made in relation to the regularising of undocumented immigrants in Ireland. Ireland needs to have a moral backbone to stand up for the undocumented at home, to speak with real authority in our lobbying efforts abroad. And I just want to thank you, Cathaoirleach, as I will be leaving for the United States in the morning, and I would take this opportunity to wish a very happy Christmas to you, Leader, and the Cathaoirleach, my fellow Seanad. And thank you, Senator, and especially the staff of this House. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator.